My name is Roberto Passante. I am an associate professor in physics at the physics department at the University of Palermo. Palermo is a town in Sicily, in Italy, in the south part of Italy. And I was born in Palermo, I grew up in Palermo, and I also got my doctoral degree in physics in Palermo. After that, I worked for some time at a research institution, the National Research Council in Palermo, and then I became associate professor. I lived in Palermo for all my life, but I traveled a lot because, in particular for my work, I have spent some time in other countries. A few months in England, in Belgium, and also in the United States, at the University of Texas in Austin, and now I'm here in Japan for 1 month. I am a theoretical physicist, and my main research subjects are quantum optics, quantum electrodynamics, and more recently I'm starting also to work in non-equilibrium statistical mechanics, collaborating with Professor Petrosky from the University of Texas. More specifically, my interest is currently in Casimir forces, which are interactions between atoms or macroscopic objects which are of a pure quantum origin. So the interest in this in the study of these forces, of these interactions, is that they make manifest the quantum nature, nature of electromagnetic field, of electromagnetic radiation, and in particular they make it manifest also at a macroscopic level. Usually quantum manifestations are mainly at the level of single atoms or very small objects, but these are effects which make manifest the quantum properties of nature also at the macroscopic level. So this research is mainly of fundamental interest, but it's also strongly related to, at least recently, to experiments and also to applications, even if application in the field mainly of nanotechnology, even if I'm not directly involved in the experiment, in the experiment and also in the applications, but I find it's very interesting and that the same subject can be of interest from the most fundamental aspects until also to applications. I think there are many aspects. One certainly is that with science we can investigate all the mysteries, in some sense, of nature. So we are in front of most fundamental, also philosophical questions, and we want to try to answer to that. This is certainly the main interesting aspect, at least for me, but I find also very interesting to have the possibility to work also on something which can be useful and to improve the life of everyone. So I think that both aspects make me happy to do science, even if my main interest is on fundamental aspects. Difficulty, I don't know. Certainly you need very strong motivations. So sometimes if you do not get the results that you would like to obtain, you could feel unhappy, but if you have good motivations, I think you can overcome this problem. Of course, there are also sometimes practical difficulties, like difficulties of having funding, and at least in Italy in the last periods it's becoming very, very difficult, and so you have sometimes difficulties in having funds for continuing your research, to give support to the students who are very often who are pushing the research, so because they want to get rapidly results and so on. My impression is that they work very hard, they have a lot of skills, deep knowledge of the subject in which they are involved, in particular in physics, for the students that I've met during this program. These are the very positive aspects. They are also very polite. They are also very shy, and that I think can also be a negative aspect. I think they should try to be more, to ask questions, to go to the teacher asking questions if they do not understand something, but I have the impression that they don't do that, don't want to do that, probably because they are too shy. I'm sure it's excellent and very important program for the same reason we said before, because it's an occasion for the students to listen lectures in English, in a foreign language, to learn technical words, and to also to have just contact with people from different countries. So I think it's a very important program.